Welcome back to a brand new episode. Welcome back to the channel. This week, we will be talking about why we should express our feelings, why it's important to express how we feel. And this episode is also linked to communication because our feelings, our emotions are the ways in which our system communicates with us. And in turn, we are able to take that information and communicate it back, do something about it, translate the information, do something. You are instantly required to do something. And doing something could be anything. For some people, they would ignore the feeling, which is also doing something. Some people would express the feeling, of course, and there are a number of ways in which you can express your feelings. So, this is what we are going to unpack today, and let's get into it. So, I think that it's really crucial for us to understand the basics when it comes to communication. Where does it all begin? And the very essence of communication is emotion. When you feel something, you obviously think, you feel, and then there is a need to do something. This is an automatic process. I don't think this is something that is not in something that's not part of human nature. Actually, something that is not natural, it's not part of human nature. It's something that's actually very organic of us to do. So then, why am I saying this? Because we can see, for us to see that it's part of who we are. And when it comes to human beings not being able to express how they feel, or rather feeling threatened whenever there are feelings and emotions involved, it's a whole thing, really. I think that it could take me a decade to actually get into why we have this deep fear of actually expressing how we really feel. Um, there is a myriad of things. There are a number of reasons: insecurities, your background, where you come from, trauma, all the things that you've dealt with when you started learning how to communicate. What are some of the things that influenced your communication? What are some of the things that influenced the ways in which you express your feelings? What you were taught, social conditioning, the world, so many things, right? That lead us to a point where we either become people, adults that are unable to express how we really feel. And then we have to put on a performance. We have to do certain types of things in order for us to deal with the level of uncomfortability. Because when you cannot express how you feel and you suppress your feelings and you bottle up, um, that's the part where you feel a lot of pressure. And then certain people will do certain things. We do different things. Some people will take something to make you not to feel, well, in an attempt for you not to feel that emotion. Some people will try and do something or find a way to express and to release this emotion because it's too much, it's uncomfortable. So there are a number of ways, of course. I mean, the worst kind of way is when you get addicted to something. When you have an addiction, that's the point where we know for sure that your system is now highly dependent on this thing to a point where you can't naturally express how you feel. You can't naturally express anything. You are depending on this thing to actually run your system. And that's also another level, which is the most extreme level. So why is it that we are struggling? Why is it that we are struggling with just expressing your mere feelings, how you feel? There's so many things, like I said, and this also leads to the inability to express how we feel, leads to a number of things. We get physically ill, we get so many things that are negative experiences, because remember, when you are not being well, when you're not giving yourself the chance to really express how you, what do you think happens to that emotion and that feeling? It doesn't go away. It doesn't um just disappear. It's not like you can say, oh, well, I am not going to express how I'm feeling, so it will just disappear. Time will heal. These things that people say, time will do the healing. Somebody else will do the healing. Some entity will do the healing. No, it's not like that. What happens is that that feeling will transpire into something else. That feeling will sit in your body. It will sit somewhere where it can find a nice, comfortable spot and expand in that space. This is why we get people that explode, because of what we suppress. We bottle up our feelings, and when we explode, really, that is at a very low vibrational point. That's a level where you might be harmful to yourself, or you might be harmful to others at that point. You might be harmful to the environment around you. So this is why it is crucial in making sure that we express exactly how we feel and release. Because when you release that emotion and that feeling, it means that it has no place where it can manifest itself into something negative, into something that is the worst thing ever. And I think we need to realize something. We really need to take the time out to educate ourselves about our emotions, really. What is an emotion? We need to have an understanding. And one basic thing that we need to understand is the fact that emotions are not right or wrong. You cannot label emotions. Yes, definitely we do have labels, in terms of how we feel, and different words and names and things that we associate with our feelings. Definitely, when you're feeling sad, you're feeling sad. When you're feeling happy, you're feeling excited, this and that. There are a number of ways, and we have a whole set of vocabulary. We have words that we use to label feelings and stuff. But this is beyond the labels. It's beyond the descriptions that we give. And I think that is one of the fundamental issues, actually. The fact that our feelings, our emotions have always been labeled. It's a whole system, a social system, where we have been trained to label how we feel. So then this is the reason why we are at a point where people find it hard to express how they're feeling, because, oh my word, this is going to be negative. It's a negative feeling. So if I actually express this, how is someone else going to take it? What's going to happen? It's a whole thing, So this is the reason why I think most of the time we are hesitant, and we are living in a world where people are just performing and reacting and really just trying to find ways to splurt out, to express how they feel. And if you take a good look at how we are expressing how we feel lately, it's really detrimental to our own health. It's really detrimental to society as a whole. And the things that we express are the things that have been trapped in our bodies, have been trapped in our minds, in our systems from a very long time. From a very long time. It's not like it's something that's actually making you upset right now. It's usually something that triggers. You are being triggered in this moment. And when you are being triggered in this moment, every type of emotion that you bottled up from years ago or a long time ago gets evoked, and then you explode. And nobody really knows in that moment what happens when you explode. You never prepare yourself to explode. So it's a really unpredictable situation. So we need to be able to learn that emotions or feelings are not right or wrong. They are just feelings. They are emotions. It is natural for you as a human being to feel. It's not right or wrong. It's not good or bad. We need to decondition ourselves, recondition ourselves, and learn the fact that emotions, how you are feeling, it is not something that is good, it's not something that is bad, it's not something that is ugly, it's not something that's pretty, it's not something that's whatever. Because we need to understand something. We are a species, we are alive, and our bodies are good examples of what really happens. The system that runs your body, it is the same system that runs your mental health. What really happens? How do you know that you have a headache? How do you know that you're not feeling well? How do you know? It's not something that just happens instantly. You need to feel it. You feel the pain. You feel the discomfort. This is why you can actually say, hey, I have a headache, I have a runny nose, I have this, I have that, because you feel something. Something has been, your brain will communicate something to that part of your body, and then you are on the receiving end. You will feel it. I don't like to make things scientific, but I think that sometimes when it comes to this mental health thing, we really need to get a little bit more scientific so that people can actually understand their own emotions. Because I really think that sometimes we have this idea that that's just a whole different thing, and your body, your mind, your feelings are detached. It's like 3 different things or 5 different things or 4 different things, but everything is just actually working together in harmony. If you don't understand what I'm saying, take a look at how the body works. You are on the receiving end. You feel the pain. This is why you can actually do what? Do something about it. Attend to it because you are feeling it. So how can we then say that it is not okay? How can you then go ahead and block yourself from actually expressing your feelings? Now, it's a whole different thing, of course, when we express feelings and we find ourselves in environments where people are not receiving of your expression. People are not receiving of your reaction. People are not even trying to understand you because they don't understand themselves either way. It's a whole different thing. But we also need to realize that just because you are expressing that feeling, just because you're expressing that emotion, it's not a call for somebody out there to actually do something about it. It's nobody's responsibility to do anything about the way that you're feeling. You're feeling what you're feeling, and you are expressing it in a healthy way. You're saying, actually, I don't feel good about this. I feel this way about it. And if it's something that requires a solution, definitely for sure, you will try and find a way to solve the situation. If it's something that doesn't require a solution, that's still okay. But what matters is that you are expressing it, you are putting it out there so that you can move on and not get stuck and not allow that emotion and that feeling to transpire into something else. We also need to realize that when somebody comes to you and they express their feelings about anything, really, about whatever it is that they're going through, whatever situations that you might be facing and stuff, it's not a threat. It doesn't have to threaten you. This is how I am feeling. This is what I am experiencing. We live in a world where people have overburdened themselves. People have allowed themselves to take on roles that were never assigned to them. You can't expect that every single time people are expressing their feelings and their emotions and what they truly think, you cannot allow yourself to get triggered by that. You cannot allow yourself to absorb that feeling. This is why I think people that are healers, and I'm talking about healing at every level, or people that are doing this kind of work where you have to help people try to heal, people to try and heal from their traumas and heal from whatever it is that is hindering them in any aspect, in any level in this lifetime. Any kind of healer, really, they understand. True healers understand the fact that your job is to guide someone into their own healing process. And keep in mind, I said guide and into their healing process. It's also really important for us to look at how we use our words, vocabulary. So by doing that, they understand. They have a full understanding of the fact that they cannot guide anybody. They cannot assist anybody if they were to absorb that feeling and take someone's feelings and emotions about whatever situations they are facing in life and own them. If they had to do that, that would destroy them. Then what would be the purpose? What is why are you even guiding that person? Why are you helping? Why are you assisting that person if you're going to take their pain, if you're going to take their emotions, if you're going to take their feelings? And one thing they also understand is the fact that listening is essential. And when we listen, we need to listen. I think also goes back to the body. When somebody says to you, you need to listen to your body, it means you just need to stop everything and listen to try and comprehend as to what is going on. So that's just an example of people that are in healing work, but this is something that applies to all of us human beings, because we are human beings. We communicate. That's in our nature. That's in our essence. We feel. We have an emotional body. We have a mental health system. So we need to be able to understand that when you express your feeling, when you express your emotions, that's that. If it's something that needs to be solved, let it be solved. If it's something that cannot be solved, it cannot be solved. And the expectation that someone else is going to carry that feeling for you, someone else is going to save you from that feeling, it's an illusion. It's something that is not real. Also, when you're on the receiving end, stop feeling triggered by other people's emotions and feelings, because you have assigned the role and you feel the need to save people from themselves. That's impossible. Maybe your role is just to listen. That's communication. Listening is part of communication. Listen, and if you feel the need to, you can guide, you can assist someone whenever you're on the receiving end of that situation. So it's imperative that we learn how to listen to our emotions and our feelings, because I can guarantee you something. There is nobody in this world that has ever bottled up feelings and emotions. And they were able to say, hey, I am living a healthy life. I am, I don't know, successful. I'm feeling the best. I'm living my best life. There is no such thing. The people that really make it, the people that really, really, truly make it, the people that really have a healthier mental health system, people that feel healthy, that feel alive, are the kind of people that don't allow any emotions, any feelings. They don't allow anything in their system to stay there and brew and transpire. And they don't go around with the idea and the notion that they will offend people. Whenever you express how you're feeling, you're going to offend. Why are we feeling offended? It has nothing to do with you, but everything to do with that person. Like, through so many conversations that I've had about the ways in which certain things have been communicated in the world and so on, certain disruptions and a whole lot of things really is about, being able to express yourself. For most people that I've spoken to, really, what has occurred most of the time is the fact that, oh, these days people are so sensitive. People are so sensitive. You can't say anything. Every time you try and express how you really feel, even just giving your opinion, about something, somebody may come up to you and say, what do you think about this? And then you give your opinion. Guess what? After giving your opinion and expressing how you really and truly feel about something, it's a whole thing. They get offended, they get rubbed off the wrong way, they feel the need to defend themselves, they feel like you're attacking them, they feel this and they think this and they think that. And in fact, they don't feel like you're attacking them or anything. They think you are attacking them. They think that you are out there to get them. But this is the very same person that comes up to you and is like, oh, hey, what do you think about this? What is your opinion? And I fundamentally believe that the reason why we can say that people are so sensitive right now, it's exactly that. It's exactly that, the fact that nobody is expressing how they truly feel in that moment, in real time. When you are uncomfortable about a situation in real time, voice it out, speak about it, talk about it. Don't let it brew to a point where you get on social media or you get to a place and you ask people about their opinions and you ask people about their lives and what is it and how they feel and what they think, and then you instantly get offended or get rubbed off the wrong way, not even realizing that you're actually getting triggered because of the amount of emotions and things that you usually bottle up. You're not being true to yourself. You usually don't speak your truth. So when somebody else is speaking their truth, it's a problem for you. Because it's like, damn, what is she doing? So that's where the sensitivity comes from. Because if we truly understood that, oh, this person is actually communicating what they're feeling and thinking. I have nothing to do with that. If I feel the need to guide them, if I feel the need to give advice or whatever, sure, definitely, I can go ahead if the person is comfortable, if the opportunity and the chances are allowing. And if the person is also saying, please help me, then that's when I can actually do something and try and assist if I can and if I feel the need to. But other than that, then we should not be getting rubbed off the wrong way. It's a whole thing. It really is a whole thing, honestly. And I think, just to wrap this up, all I can say is that it's really good to keep tabs on yourself. if you are the kind of person that battles with actually getting in touch with your own emotions and your own feelings, make it a habit at the end of the day to have a run through of everything that happened during the day, have a run through of the conversations you had, if you can, or whatever experiences that you had, and just simply ask yourself, how am I feeling? How am I feeling? And I think that will really enlighten you, that will really help you a lot, that will make you aware about your own communication and your own expressions and how you communicate your feelings and how you react when others communicate how they truly feel. So thank you so much. I hope this was helpful. I hope it was enlightening. I'll see you next time and take care.